Key terms. First term, what do we have? Mr. Ducker.
Giuseppe Mazzini.
Giuseppe Mazzini, very good. Remember, if it's Italian, it probably sounds like a noodle. If it sounds like a noodle, it's more likely Italian. That being said, second term, Ms. Stashnik.
Risorgimento.
Risorgimento. Next term. Mr. Ducker.
Napoleon III.
No. Victor Emmanuel II. Okay. Good try, though. Good try. Next term. Ms. Stashnik.
Emilio Cavour.
Camilo Cavour. Very good. And the final person for the terms here.
Oh.
Mr. Ducker.
Giuseppe Garibaldi.
Garibaldi. Very good. Now, the other hour asked, so they have the same first name. Yeah, in Italy, this is a very common name, like John would be, or any other common name that we have here in the United States. So that's what we have there. And then the final term, Mr. Rowland.
Anarchist.
Anarchist. Very good. Now, Mr. Rogers, please read the definition for anarchist.
Someone who doesn't believe in any form of government.
Now, is that a strength or a weakness to a society?
Weakness.
No government. Think about it.
Weakness.
Okay, raise your hand if you want to explain why it's a weakness. Caden?
Because you have no set control, and then it's just kind of utter chaos.
Could be utter chaos, control. What else does a government offer that this could make this? The anarchist could be a weakness. Anarchy could be a weakness. What does a government offer the people? Michaela?
Like money and stuff.
Social programming, money, like unemployment, programs like that. Trivy?
Protection.
Protection, very good. Okay? Excellent, excellent. There are some benefits to that. People would argue. Some people say that the government is overly abusive. I don't know. Usually that's situation. Okay? What obstacles to unity did Italian nationalists face? Caden?
Austrian troops invaded. Congress of Vienna ignored the people. And Prince Metternich found unity laughable.
Metternich, very good. Okay, so what we have here is we're divided by states, ruled by foreign and local people. So we, like, who's the boss is essentially what we have there. I don't know. Okay, Italians more loyal to their local regions than to Italy. Now, an example of this, and I believe I've said this before, would be like you're a Michigander before you're an American. Okay? You're an Ohioan before you're an American. Don't know why you'd want to be that, but that's cool. You might want, and if you don't understand that, you might want to jot that in. Michigan before United States. Okay, because a lot of that was what we were dealing with pre-Civil War, especially in the South. Okay? Post-Civil War, United. What conditions favored unity? So now that we know that we have multiple problems existing, sad face, what is going to help us along? Well, it's just there. Okay, Caden.
Nationalist organization tried expelling Austria from northern Italy, and Mazzini wanted free, independent Republican nation.
Okay, so we have many different leaders, what Caden provided with. Invasion sparking nationalist rebellions led by the individuals Mazzini, Cavour, Garibaldi, that we just covered in the terms. As well as we have a few common things going for us, language and traditions. So essentially you could snowball this idea here into what?
Oh, crap. What is it? Gosh.
Culture.
Culture, very good. Common culture. Okay? Excellent, you guys are doing great. What steps did Cavour take to promote Italian unity? Seth?
He first moved to reform Sardinia's economy. He improved agriculture, had railroads built, and encouraged commerce by supporting free trade.
Very good. Okay, number one, and most important, he improved the economy. Once we have a stable economy, then we can go forward with society. We can go forward with international agreements, which is what we're going to do. Agreements with other countries, through which he's also going to increase their territory and prestige. Now, what does prestige mean? It's a good word to describe how a country, I guess, feels about themselves. Nate?
How much respect they have and how much power power they have.
Respect and power. Very good. Write that down next to that word. Okay? Like Bismarck, he also favored the policies of realpolitik, which means what? What do you guys think? Realpolitik.
Oh,
Politics.
Politics.
Power.
More specific with politics, though.
the whole politics are one I don't know, everyone is for it.
Okay.
It's common, people.
Real politics, real need. Remember that. Okay, so people. Not just laws for the sake of laws or control for the sake of control. It's actually based on some form of utility in society. We created a law because so-and-so is being abused, or we created a law because France keeps trying to invade. Alright, any questions? Okay. Describe the problems Italians faced after unification. Once unification ensues, we still have a few hurdles to jump. Mr. Fowler.
2 areas remained outside the new Italian nation, Rome and Venetia.
Okay, so we still have regional differences here. Specifically with Rome. Now, what would be unique about Rome? Nate?
It's the home of the Holy Roman Church.
Very good. The Vatican City's there. Alright, which is conflict between the church and state, is what we have. Okay, and then opposition to a conservative government. So who's in charge again is that ongoing question. I don't know. Who's the boss? Who makes that determination? That's the hurdle that we're dealing with here. Now, the church is what church? Roman Catholic Church. Very good. So we'll have Catholic Church. And then the Vatican was not too far off. That's where we're located. Okay? Excellent job. Compare the goals and methods of Cavour in Italy and Bismarck in Germany. How are they the same and how are they different? Now what I recommend is 2 categories with this, same and different. That being said, we'll cover same first. Who do we have on this one? Okay, I'll go ahead and do that for you guys. Same, both wanted to increase the power of the king. That's most important, increase power of the king. Okay? Both sought national unity, prosperity, and power. Willing to use any means, okay, including force. Alright? That's the kind of leaders we're dealing with. Our goal is this. We'll do anything to get there, even if that involves abusing our people, our citizenship, and going forward with the use of our military. They're different in that Bismarck has an army. Okay? Bismarck has an army, the Prussian military, which is exceptionally powerful, given the Austro-Prussian War, so we'll write that in, AP War, and the Franco-Prussian War. We have examples of his military success. Okay? Cavour doesn't have that going for him. He has to rely on diplomacy and alliances. Now explain diplomacy. What are we looking at with that? What does that mean? What do you guys think? It's a method to attain alliances, but diplomacy means what? We'll come back. Alex?
Like having peace between like 2 countries.
Yeah, it's basically like peace agreements, okay? Creating international groups to agree on mutual peace. For example, like the United Nations. That's a diplomatic approach to ensuring peace. You could just keep idle threats going in the use of your military and be successful, but this is a more peaceful way that results in no bloodshed. So make sure you have peace down for this. Big idea there. He has to result in the ability to talk, the ability to negotiate. With Bismarck, if he doesn't like what he's saying, all right, here are my troops, here's my artillery. You know, do we need to keep talking about this? All right, that would be his result. Objectives. Describe the forces that hindered Italian unity. Should be pretty easy. It's almost word for word in your guys' notes. What should we have here? We're the objective group. Nate?
Austrian troops own much of northern Italy, Frank owns a lot of southern Italy, and many other monarchs laugh at a united Italy.
Okay. Regional differences. You should have foreign powers involved / rulers. Okay, that's that whole who's the boss thing. Pass. Fun to catch. What else do we have going on here? Nate gave us a great start. What are other things that are hindering Italian unity from the notes?
Like the Nationalist Party.
Okay. Are we all Italian?
No.
No.
Explain that. From the notes. If you're taking this perspective here. Michaela?
I was gonna say we come from different places, but that,
Get regional differences, cultural differences you could also have there for the most part. In that, this will result back to this first one here. Okay? Was a small factor, will still be a factor that we're going to have when we actually do unify, but nonetheless a component to consider. Explain how individual leaders helped forge the Italian nation. Lizzie.
Camillo Cavour is named Prime Minister of Young Italy. He believed in realpolitik and Italian Bismarck. Mazzini begins to create united Italy.
Very good. What else could we have here? So we have Cavour in there. Because it's leaders, it's plural. You guys have to give me at least 2. Nate?
Garibaldi advances Italian territory.
Okay, expands territory. What else should we have here? Caden?
Mazzini.
What about him?
He wanted free independent republic nation.
Okay, so saw a free independent Republican nation. Also worked closely with Garibaldi.
What's that one?
Under Garibaldi, Mazzini, free independent Republican nation.
No.
Territory. Okay. Describe the problems Italy faced after 1861. Unification has occurred. Risorgimento is successful. Now what? Lizzie.
Regional differences, Roman Catholics prevent Italy's control of Rome, spread the nation apart, and unrest in America threatens stability.
Very good. Regional differences, the church involvement, that's Catholic Church. Okay, still flexing their muscles in the area, rightfully so, given the location of the Vatican City in Rome. And then say your last portion again, Lizzie.
Unrest in America threatens stability.
Unrest and weak government. Excellent job.